Glasgow Film Festival is one of the top film festivals in the UK. Been going for 14 years now, and the festival's reputation has just grown and grown and grown over those years. The whole thing about a film festival is that it's not your normal night at the cinema, and one of the elements that makes that special is the guests, the directors, actors who will turn up, introduce the film, talk about it afterwards, and it's a mutually beneficial relationship. They know that Glasgow audiences are passionate about movies, they know that there's an audience sitting there with kind of keen anticipation who have an open mind and an open heart to what they're going to present.
I'm so thrilled that The Escape's at Glasgow. It's a real festival film. I don't know if it's a commercial film, but it's definitely one for people that can sit there and let it wash over them, that have, you know, an experience with films and know about film. And I'm really looking forward to the Q&As that we're doing here. This film festival, I think, as well, there's such an eclectic mix. I think I was here years ago with Byzantium, Neil Jordan film, and I'm looking forward to seeing what people make of this one.
I think the festival's growing increasingly important for what it can do for a film. It's a noisy old world out there with lots of options, and it just gives you that platform and that voice that will be heard. So just helping a film reach its audience is also a big part of what the festival does.
As cinema is constantly changing and evolving, and how films get distributed is constantly changing and evolving, and now with streaming platforms being just as important as cinema platforms, it's difficult for a smaller film to get that first kind of foot on a rung that might take it to a wider audience, and festivals are hugely important as that sort of springboard.
You know, when you're struggling for so long, you do need a bit of validation somehow. Just, you know, keep your mental health in check, that your story matters, that you've got some skills at what you're doing. So a screening in a festival is absolutely fantastic for a new filmmaker. Because the GFT is so established within Glasgow's heart, really, because it's been here for virtually 80 years. It's a cherished venue, it's got great sizes of screens, people come in and are knocked out by the kind of Art Deco history of the place, and I think people kind of feel that and feel the kind of passion that's sustained it through 80 years and why it's still here.
I mean, I grew up going to see movies in the GFT, and you know, I think I saw Fear Eats the Soul by Fassbinder. Blue Velvet, I saw in Glasgow, like half the cinema walked out thinking, what the hell is this? And I was like, oh my God, I think this is just a revolution, you know. So this is sort of like I guess a kind of nostalgia of the days where I was, you know, I wasn't a filmmaker. So yeah, it's pretty special to me.
I think it's incumbent upon you to support local filmmaking, not indiscriminately. You're not showing something just because it's a local filmmaker, you're showing it because it's good. But if you have that platform, if you have that audience of 40,000 or more every year, then you want to put local filmmakers' work in front of them.
I feel like I've like created a child and I'm sending it off into the world now for the first time, and it's terrifying. I feel just so excited for people to see the film, and I'm so excited that the first place that people are going to see the film is in Glasgow, at Glasgow Film Festival, because we shot the film in Glasgow with a Glaswegian crew, and so it just feels really apt that we start the journey here.
It's absolutely amazing having the premiere at Glasgow Film Festival. You know, if we could choose any festival to premiere at, it probably would be Glasgow, because I think it's a perfect place to launch the film, and I think that's been proven just with the reaction that we've got. When we sold out in 15 minutes for the premiere, which is just insane, and I think for another festival we would have been drowned out, or nobody would have taken as much notice or care. So we really appreciate the response from the general public with the film, which has been really, really exciting.
I find that a film festival audience are inquiring, and in a way that the way that they engage with the film is totally different usually from the general audience, and I was really surprised about hearing various statistics about how general audience choose what films they go to, and often they don't choose until they get into the foyer of the cinema, and they'll go and they'll look at the posters and they'll decide off the back of that, and it's almost like they're going for a general entertainment, not a specific kind of film, whereas a festival audience beforehand have got the brochure, and they're looking through and planning their intensive film watching, and I think that's a completely different experience.
Glasgow Film Festival is, for me, is kind of one of the most respected film festivals around the world, and the kind of the personal work that goes into all the team in terms of the selections and what they put on is absolutely wonderful. So to be asked to come and bring soundtrack in here is a huge thrill, to be honest, and it feels like such a brilliant fit for us as well, just in terms of the passion that we have for what we do and the passion that the film festival does and has for film.
I think cinema's really important still. I think storytelling's really important, and we've just got to keep the quality here. You know, we've got to keep this commitment to cinema here and not lose that idea of cinema and of festivals and the importance of it, because I think it is important.
The thing these days is that there are so many ways to consume films, and the thing in a film festival is that it's curated. It's the kind of collective expression of lots of individual passions, so that every film is there for a reason. Every film has a supporter, an enthusiast, somebody that's saying this is something you really need to see, and that is what makes the Glasgow Film Festival such an unforgettable experience.